Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Ron Harrison, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Toney, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another West Coast Wednesday here on Prospector Radio. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. I want to go ahead and introduce my co-host. First off, we got Mr. Rich Cooley. How are you, Rich?
Pretty good. How's everyone tonight?
Doing good. Where are you at tonight?
I'm up at the cabin up in Bradford County, Pennsylvania.
You out on a hunting trip, ain't you?
Yep. We're hunting archery for the last couple days here of deer season. So
how long are you going to be up there
I'm
for?
up here with my buddy. I'm up here with my buddy. We're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and come home Saturday afternoon.
Oh, cool. Nice. So how many more deer are you allowed to get during archery?
I can still get one buck and one doe yet.
So you'll take either?
I already got one doe. So.
Right. So get some more meat.
And then my buddy can get a buck and two does.
Yeah, nice. Man.
So hopefully we'll fill the freezer or something anyway. If not, we'll get them in rifle season.
Yeah, which isn't too far after, is it?
Nope. It's always the first Monday after
Thanksgiving. Right. Yep. So, heck, you get a little break and then back out there to fill them tags. Man, good luck.
And then if I don't get one then I'll, after Christmas, flintlock season comes in.
Muzzle
so
load.
I'll have another chance.
Yeah, always fun.
Yep.
Sweet, man. Good luck. We hope you get you one. You know, and we're glad you made it tonight. I know being up there, we wasn't sure if you'd get a signal or not, and you sound really good tonight.
Yeah, well, thank you. I want to let everybody know, too, that next Tuesday night I'm going to be on Flash in Your Pan with Ed and Jesse and Dan-O, and so mark that on your calendars for everybody to tune in.
Heck yeah, I'll be there. I'll be listening for sure. I hope everybody else is, too. Yeah.
Yep, everybody needs to tune in because I might give something away. You never know.
Nice. And we'll make sure and remind everybody about this on Sunday, too, that you'll be there.
Yep, we'll remind everybody Sunday night. Make sure everybody tunes in on Tuesday for Ed and Jesse and Dano.
Yeah, definitely. Check it out. Rich will be there. Rich is going to be a guest. That's pretty cool. Pretty neat, Rich.
Yep, it's going to be awesome.
What are you going to be talking about?
Just like our show. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, what are you going to be talking about? Your builds and stuff, probably?
Probably, yeah, just a little bit of everything. It'll be the same routine as you do, how I got started, and,
gotcha.
What I'm doing now, what I'm working on, and
nice
stuff like that.
Pretty cool. Look forward to it, brother. It's going to be pretty neat.
All right. Thanks for having me tonight.
Awesome, brother. Thank you for being here. Also joining us tonight, we got Miss Kathleen Biffle. How are you, Kathleen?
Running on the hamster wheel of life.
Isn't that rough this week?
Oh, my goodness. Maybe I'm blaming the time change.
I am too. I still haven't adapted yet. It's
depressing.
I cannot adjust.
I come home, I'm all excited. I'm going to go watch the koi in the pond, and it's dark. And they're hiding already because it's cold. Yep. Not only is it dark, but it's cold.
Yep. It's like, and you're tireder and hungrier. And it's like,
Yeah, and, things at work, it's just like, oh, boy. It's just, I feel like I'm running on a hamster wheel.
Yep. I feel your pain. I really do. So I'm with you.
I'm looking forward to having Friday off, though. So, surprisingly enough, my job doesn't give you Veterans Day off, but Veterans Day, I think, is what's actually Saturday, the 11th.
Right.
So maybe that's why, but I'm not sure.
Ours
but I'm
don't
taking
either.
Friday off.
Yeah, ours don't either, and I think it's wrong. It's
I
think they should at least give all the veterans off.
But there are a lot of people taking it off anyway, so maybe that'll give them a message.
Yeah, let's hope, right?
That's
crazy. I hope you get off of this hamster wheel here.
I'm supposed to be. I'm going to be polar bearing it this weekend.
You are, because they said it's going to be
some
cold.
kind of Arctic freeze.
Yeah, we
something.
are. Yes, I heard that today. So you will be polar bearing it for sure.
Oh my gosh! So what? Last weekend it's in the 70s.
Yep.
And I decided to go prospecting when we get the Arctic freeze.
Yeah.
You're not polar bearing it yet. Quit it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be like in the 20s.
It's going to be in the 20s.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's going to be cold, but cold. So
That's okay,
I want to see a
you
video.
know?
I want to see a video with ice.
Well, you will see that later. But,
Yeah.
I think it's still too early for it to actually ice.
yeah, the water might still be a
But
little too warm.
It will ice when it's in the 20s.
Yeah. It's
Now
good.
remember, we're not counting the frost on Shad's windshield.
No, it's going to be cold though, Scott. Jeez, and she could have went last Saturday. It was 70. This
Yeah,
Saturday
I
it's going to be
know.
in the 20s. It's like, what a week it's going to be.
But on
you-
the upside, we did get some rain,
yeah.
so that means some fresh gold
We got plenty of rain for sure. Yeah.
for
Yeah, you guys
for those
did
of
get
us
a
on
lot
the
of
East
stuff.
Coast.
Yeah, remember what was that Sunday night? We got blasted with all that rain. So hopefully by Saturday everything's calmed back down a little, Kathleen, and the
Now,
gold.
Tim,
Yeah.
did you and Kathleen get into that tornado with high winds?
It was all
stuff that
around
I
us.
seen?
Yes.
Yeah, it was all around us. There was a tornado out by my work that actually touched down and did some damage. So, yeah, it was
Wow.
it was all around us. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, and I forgot. I was like, man, that's right. I just seen like footage of in Ohio. They like Dollar Generals tore up and houses. And I was like, holy moly!
Yeah, it's crazy. So, hopefully, it moves some new gold for Kathleen to get this weekend. Right, Kathleen? You're ready, huh?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now I want you
but
to.
we'll see. You know, it does get dark
Yeah.
earlier,
Yeah.
so we may not do as many runs during the day, but we at least we'll be out there.
Yeah. At least you're
So
going.
are you going out for the whole weekend?
Yes, we'll be camping.
She's hardcore. It's hardcore Kathleen.
Yeah, hardcore in a camper
That's gonna
with
be
a heater.
You've heard of hardcore Henry. That's hardcore Kathleen. It's like, how does she do it? She's amazing.
We will have a heater.
You won't have a heater in the water.
No.
But
But both of us are still getting over colds, so I'm hoping it doesn't make it worse.
yeah, right. Yeah. Be careful. Just have fun and enjoy. I know you will. So, that's the thing. Just have a good time and try not to think about the old hamster wheel too much. And yeah, and hopefully that'll be done soon, and we get our bodies and minds back on track here with this
Oh, I know.
stupid time. Why did they change the time? That's so dumb. If they had left it alone, we'd have been fine.
Well, daylight savings. They
It
saved
ain't-
the daylight.
But it doesn't seem like it
I would prefer
saves
to
it.
have more daylight in the evening than I would in the morning.
I would too.
I don't know,
I would too.
because I'm not such a morning person.
Because it's still dark when I go to work, and then it's like dark when you get done or you get home, and it's like, really? I don't like that. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah,
need
just
it.
guess what? You guys made it an hour later for me.
Yeah. It changed yours for.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like, the
Yeah.
people I work with all work in Arizona, so all the meetings changed on my calendar. I'm like, what the heck happened? I don't understand.
There you go. That's why.
So we had to straighten that out.
Right. So now Scott's 2 hours behind us instead of 3 hours.
Right.
That's weird too.
That's okay. You know what? I got to keep that in my mind too.
Mm-hmm. Or normally it's 3. That's just strange. I
Right.
don't get it. I just don't get it.
So West Coast Wednesday is now playing at 7.
7 o'clock
yeah.
my time. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
It used to be 6. Oh, that's right. Because we talked about that when it was warmer. We said when the time changes, it's going to be coming on later out in the west, and we was like, that's cool. So
So are we supposed to change our time?
Yeah,
No.
we can change our time,
Show?
right?
No.
We can get on at 8 instead of 9.
I guess we could get
Yeah.
on at 8.
Well, sure we could.
Yeah, I guess we could, couldn't
Yeah.
we?
I was gonna say, you guys changed your stuff. I was like, I'm still sitting here. I was at 6 o'clock ready to go, and I'm like, hey, where's everybody at? And there's like 10 people on the chat. And I'm like, something's not right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, honestly, we could change it if we really wanted to. It's up to our list.
Oh, I'm so confused. What's the proper etiquette?
I know, right? I don't know. I'm leaving it up to the listeners.
That's what I think. You know what? I don't mind 7 o'clock. I mean, if you guys want to keep it that way, but if you wanted to go earlier now and keep it at 6 o'clock my Arizona time and drop you guys back an hour too, if we can get more listeners earlier,
right?
Hey, I'm all for it. It doesn't affect me a bit.
Let's think about the mining community, and it's mining season, right? So,
right?
Is 7 o'clock better?
I would think better
if you're out in the fields.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm at camp. It's been dark since 6 o'clock here. So
either way.
Mean,
but then we got the people in California who, this doesn't even affect them. So
yeah,
I think we should just stay where we are. And the people, in the is it Mountain Time? Is that what you're
I think?
On?
I don't know. Now I'm confused.
You have to adjust.
Now I'm really confused.
Yeah, I just say I'm over here.
I'm just confused.
We will just stay the same.
Yeah, let's just maybe
and
stay
the Mountain Time folks will have to adjust to the time being an hour later, and then the folks in California will stay the same.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Well, Kathleen, thank you for being here tonight. And,
Great to be here.
I'm glad to have you. Awesome. Also joining us tonight, we got our West Coast connection, Mr. Scott Swiftwater. Tony, how are you, Scott?
Woo, I'm doing good. I can't be quiet because I love to have a conversation with people, especially Kathleen. I mean, it's just always fun. And I can't wait. I know they're going to have a video. I know they're going to have a video of the cold water dredging, and that's going to be exciting.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait to see it.
Well, you don't always see people back in the East Coast, actually out there, like when most people's going, Ed, there's no way I'm doing that. And she's out there, going to town. So, yeah, it'll be a cool video.
I like this. I like the sound effects.
Where we're going, there's actually going to be internet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Live.
Cool.
That's cool even too.
Yeah. It's even cooler yet. Do it.
Well, no. There's something we want to try. I forget who called from North Carolina, the gentleman who called in on
Keith.
Sunday.
That's Keith,
yes. Yeah. And he said that they will spray themselves with warm water before they they'll put it on their wetsuits and then jump in the water. So we're going to give that a go and see how that works.
Oh, good. Yeah, give it a try.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you really want to go old school, you remember the guys used to rub themselves down into grease before the cold water?
Axle grease, yeah. Bearing grease.
You can try.
That's right.
Okay, I want to see a video of that for sure.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody rubbed down in grease? I'm going dredging.
Yeah. Now that'd be funny.
Somebody's like, what is going on?
That is old school, without a doubt.
You ain't a joke.
Just axle grease in their swim trunks. I'm going in.
Oh, my Lord.
And a swimming cap.
Now that's hardcore. That is serious hardcore. Man.
Hey, Kathleen, for 2 months, you could style your hair any way you wanted.
Yeah. Jeez.
That'd just be bad.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. You'd never get that back off of you.
I was going to make a hair joke, but I won't.
Go for it.
Carry on.
Carry on? Okay.
But anyway, yeah, out here, the season has officially started for the old Swiftwater. I'm setting up here at camp right now. Unfortunately, I don't know if it sounds the same as when it usually does. I can't use my Skype. I'm up here at the, Black Canyon City Campground, and, they got quite a few people in here, so everything doesn't run correctly, because you got a lot of people doing things, and when it does that, it's just going to be choppy. So
yeah,
I'm glad to be back up here at Black Canyon City Campground having a good time. I've already got, the old Ben Ironman Caldwell's up here, of course, and then we actually have a newbie this year that is digging with us, and we are, let's just say, giving him the information fast and furious, but he's a darn good rock mover.
Nice.
I can say that.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's working with Ben and doing a pretty good job, and I've come to the conclusion, which is something I'm going to talk to you all tonight about
All right, cool.
is loss. Loss. The big LOSS. Because I thought I was doing something the correct way, and I did it, and found out when I did a big test, it was not going to be efficient to my season. And the reason why is because, well, I'll tell you later,
right.
Homework and knowing what you're doing at the time.
All right.
So that's good. It's going to come in. That's what I'm going to talk about tonight on the show, and it's going to be,
Good.
Nobody ever talks about the loss.
Not really.
Everybody talks about what you get.
Okay, I think that'll
But
be a
I'm-
good topic.
yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, but I'm going to talk about the loss because man, what I seen yesterday is it's almost heartbreaking since I've already been out here a week.
Yeah.
But the only good thing I have to say is that I have all my tailings in one pile, which will be reran.
Right. All right.
So yeah,
That's
so
a
we're
good
going to
thing.
do that tonight.
So that loss won't be a loss no more. You'll get it back. Right?
Yes, I'm going to have to get it back. I mean, like I said, I'll talk about it later on, but I'm not.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I can't wait to hear about it. Actually, it's going to be good.
It's actually it's not a happy story, which
Well, that's good.
Which stinks because usually
They can't
I
all
like
be.
to bring the lighter sides of gold digging.
Yeah, but they can't all be happy stories.
Well, you can have it. You can have it, but this was a really a doomsday to me, and I'm going to share it with everybody
that's
tonight.
good,
And
see?
I'm not going to say anything.
But
What's that?
But that's good because this is reality. It's showing that if it can happen to somebody as skillful as you, then it can happen to anybody. So this is a very good subject and something that I'm glad you're going to talk about. I mean, that is very interesting. So, no, way to go. I commend you on that. That's great.
Well,
definitely talk about that.
I got kicked, and I learned, and I already told the old girlfriend. I said, "This is what you need to bring out of the garage. Nothing else. I don't care how you get it out of the pile. Just drag it out if you have to. Get it up here.
Get it to me. I need it now. Immediately.
So,
no more losses. It's like throwing money out the window, right? It's like I need that.
It was sizable. Let's just say that.
Nice. Okay, I look forward to hearing that tonight, Scott. Thank you, brother, and thank you for
got
being
it.
here.
You got it.
Awesome. And last but not least, our little buddy, the Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Partridge in a Pear Tree, Dayton. How are you tonight, buddy?
Hey, my little cupcake. I'm doing pretty good. saw you on the internet jumping all excited and all flame throwing and you know what? What was funny was when I went to the jib jab and I went to the search bar, I typed in gay.
So that's not nice.
That cupcake come up, jump out. Oh yeah, I'm
There you go.
Space on
Thank
that
you.
Cupcake.
I like that cupcake. I was jamming.
Oh, yeah, I liked it too.
I like the other one though that you did earlier too. Where I was
What was
dancing.
that one?
The dancing one.
The dancer. Oh yeah.
That was a good one, too.
Cupcake was pretty good.
They both were good. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. See, when you do that, I know you're thinking about me. It's like my little buddy's thinking about me. So.
Oh yeah. And I get a kick out of it because Christy always.
Oh, she
first
likes
thing
them.
she.
Yeah.
What do you do? You hear her laugh out loud or something, then you wonder what the heck's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. No, usually I'm at work and I'm already at work by the time she gets up and finally sees it. And then I get to work and I sign on and I'll see what she posted. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, because she's usually the first one to start LOL and.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah, she gets a kick out of them every time.
Oh, I bet she does. I know she likes to poke at you.
Oh
so.
yeah, that's fine. I take it well. It's all good. It's all in good fun. We have a good time razzing each other. So that's what's good about it. So what's happening, buddy?
I don't know. Getting ready to. Looking forward to the weekend.
What's your plan?
Going back deer hunting.
Oh, that's right. You're going deer hunting again too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The nice thing about I know different states have different limits, but one thing nice about Indiana is you can shoot so many deer in every county in the state.
Mm-hmm.
So I think where me and Derek's hunting at is, I don't know if the limit's 3 or 4.
Right.
Deer killer.
You could kill like 5 deer in Johnson County, 6 deer in Brown County, 3 deer in this county, 8 deer. I mean, you could end up getting 300 and some deer in a season if you wanted to go to every single county.
Go to every
and
county and limit out. Yeah. Wow. That's just because
Yeah.
they're so overpopulated, ain't they? Down there.
They're huge deer. I tell you what, if you guys ever seen the deer in Indiana, we got some monster deer here.
They got some nice bucks down in Indiana for sure.
Oh, and
I'll tell you, you know what? You know what's funny, Dennis? Because I've already had 4 people on this last 3 days on Facebook that's hit deer. So,
Yeah.
you guys got a good population going.
Yeah.
yeah. And they're healthy too because we got all the, cornfields and bean fields and.
Hmm. Man, you're going hunting again. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, going hunting again.
Are you gonna do any prospecting?
I already thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm already gonna be at the pit,
Right.
I would probably say yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be there. It's like, do you get a bucket of dirt while you're there at least?
Well, I come out with a few buckets because
That's
it
what
only
I
take a
figured.
minute to bucket
Right.
them up.
Right.
And
I figured as much. I mean, you're there.
Yeah.
Get a couple buckets, throw them in the truck, come on home, right? And,
on my way out, I'll have some buckets back, and I got to make sure I got room for deer.
oh yeah.
And
Now, did you
I'll
get?
probably try to get 5 or 6 buckets Saturday and 5 or 6 buckets Sunday, and keep doing that. Before you know it, I've got 60 buckets laying around again.
Yeah, you got a mass pile to go through again, and that's always good. Now, did you get your other deer back from the processor yet?
They called today, or sent me a message today, and that it's ready. And it said picking it up between 5 and 8 tonight because the guy that does the processing, he actually works.
Mm-hmm.
What he does is he stays open, I could have come and picked up between 5 and 8. And I tried to set my alarm clock I was so excited it took me a while to get back to sleep, and then so I've got 3 different alarm clocks on my phone I have to set because one is in case I have to go in early.
Right.
The other one's my regular time before midnight, and then I set the show, and then I actually I had 4 set, and then I got one where I tried to get up. That just didn't work.
Yeah.
That sounds
you know what?
confusing.
Dennis Dayton's on time.
Hey, but obviously. But wait, he's never on time. He's always late.
No, I'm not late. Not for show.
No, not for show. No, you're never late for a show. No.
Hey, mister, I come later than Dennis. I don't want to hear that talk.
I had to try it anyway and see.
That's only at the outing.
Maybe somebody'd believe me. Oh, man. Well, get that deer and enjoy it, man. Fry you some meat up.
Oh, man. I had the loins whole, the tenderloins whole, which I'm giving those to Derek. I'm going to give Derek the tenderloins.
Mm-hmm.
And I had half of it ground, half of it summer sausage, and I really wanted to get up and go pick it up because I was looking forward to sausage. So I got to wait till tomorrow.
That's all right.
And I go in at 8 o'clock tomorrow, so I'll just about an hour and a half go pick it up.
It'll taste.
Are you talking about that little 4-point?
Dennis?
I didn't hear him say anything. What were you saying, Tim?
No, Scott asked you a question.
Are you talking about that little 4-point that I seen you guys get?
I still didn't hear him.
He asked if you was talking about that.
Did you say a 4-point with a big body? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's what you heard. Yeah, yep, that's what you heard.
Yeah, got that one.
Said select hearing. Yes, that's exactly what he said.
All right.
Still good eating. That's good food. Man.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice. Enjoy it, buddy, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, what's the survey? Since you took the survey on the Times, did you get any response in the chat room?
Oh, no. Nobody said nothing.
Oh.
Nobody said a word. not a peep. I guess everybody's content,
Hey, whatever. Don't matter to me.
All right. Me neither. I'm here. I'm always here.
Well, I just hope everybody, like on iHeartRadio and all that, everybody compensated for the time change. That's what kind of threw me off.
Well, at least on like iHeart, that's not don't play live on iHeart. It comes on immediately after. So, you know.
Oh, okay.
So that we're good there still. It's all good. It is all good. Well, Dennis, thank you for being here, brother. As always, it's a pleasure to have you here with us.
I might end up, like I was telling you guys earlier, I know the wife's running a fever, and I've always felt the kids get hot and stuff like that, but she is like, I could probably fry an egg on her right now, so if it gets any worse, I just cut out. If you see me hang up, guys, you know,
we got
her
you.
to the. I know I'm definitely going to take her to the doctor as soon as I get off the show. But if it gets worse, I'll be leaving before. So
just tell her we said to feel better. We're thinking.
Yeah,
we're thinking about.
We'll be waiting for the update and take care of your business.
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
I'll update.
Yeah, no worries. Just tell her feel better, and we're thinking about her. All right. And on that note, everybody, I think it's time for Kathleen and.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
All right, everyone. It's November 8th. I just wanted to start off with a couple updates. This is an update on last week's blurb in Madison, Wisconsin. Assembly Bill 499 was passed on Tuesday by the Senate, 19-14. This sends it to the GOP Scott Walker's desk, who has already stated that he will be signing it. This was the bill that replaces that crazy law we talked about last week, which essentially barred companies from extracting any materials besides iron and sand due to pollution concerns. The old law was from 1998, and it was saying that it was basically a ban because it required mining companies to show evidence that another mine in the U.S. or Canada operated for at least 10 years and then closed for 10 years without pollution. It was a crazy one. But Wisconsin was the only state with such a restriction, which has kept mining companies out of the state ever since. So if the new Assembly Bill 499 is signed into the law, the bill could usher in a new era of mining the minerals in Wisconsin, which is home to deposits of copper, zinc, gold, and silver.
Now, wait a minute. Has anybody ever heard of people digging gold in Wisconsin? Because that's a real new one to me.
Evidently, there's gold.
Evidently.
But they had such strict restrictions. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's why we don't hear about it.
I've never.
It could be why you don't hear about it.
Even as a historian, kind of reading stuff, I've never really heard of Wisconsin being kind of the gold place.
Gold.
Well, maybe we should look into that.
Maybe.
You know,
maybe it's
geology
untapped
segment.
territory.
Maybe you should look into that.
Yeah, that's right. Kathleen, good point.
You know what, though? Gold is where you find it, right?
That is true. Very true.
Wisconsin.
All right. So in Nevada, McEwen Mining Incorporated, they announced that they have received the signed record of decision on the final environmental impact statement for the Gold Bar project in Eureka County. This is in Nevada. The construction of the Gold Bar will begin immediately. The mine is estimated to bring about 120 permanent jobs, and it's expected to produce 65,000 ounces of gold annually over an 8-year mine life. It covers 37 square miles of Eureka County, which is located in central Nevada, and it's contained in 1,196 claims.
Wow.
37 miles?
Yes.
Holy
Eureka!
moly.
It's big. Yeah, Eureka's right.
Holy moly.
The name
Maybe that's
I'm just thinking about
Eureka County.
Wow. Dang.
Can you imagine? I got to drive to the other end of the claim. I'll be back in an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's a small town, man. Jeez.
37 miles. Wow.
That's crazy. I don't know.
All right. Well, this, I don't know if this is really entertainment news, but I guess it is a type of entertainment.
All right.
If you will, for all you gamers out there. This actually came from biogamergirl.com, and I thought it was kind of interesting and kind of goes with our genre.
Okay.
But Gold Rush, the show Gold Rush, the game, it was made in cooperation with the Discovery Channel and, of course, the TV show Gold Rush. The game is a simulation game, and I don't really know what this means, but it's a simulation game with sandbox elements. But gamers get the chance to become a gold miner. And the object of the game is simple. Players must work, dig, and explore the world around them in order to become the richest person in Alaska. There is a ton of variety in gameplay due to all of the different machines available that they can use to find as much gold as they can. They can use different new vehicles. There's 4 unique gold claims, I guess, and each one of them contains their own unique terrain, and they all have their own background story. But evidently you spend most of your time in the excavator, and all the mining machines have been created with, I guess, high fidelity in mind, meaning that the steering in these machines is very, very realistic. And the game also tries to keep you immersed in the simulation with the day and night cycle, which creates unique challenges on its own. And I guess you're also hindered by weather conditions and forces of nature.
Interesting.
Interesting, huh?
I wonder if you have breakdowns and drama.
Now, what's really cool is because when it says a simulator, you know, like, because I do iRacing and I did Apache simulators, flying helicopters and stuff like that. When it says simulator, I actually get into it, and I actually looked up the Gold Rush game. I got it through to me about, I don't know, like 2 months ago or something like that.
Okay.
That you can get on there and do it.
Did you?
But they have an extensive trailer. No, I just watched the trailer.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, you know what? This is not just like this ain't Farmville. You know,
right.
You actually have to you have to do something to make it work.
Okay.
And I thought that's pretty interesting, but it does look real. And like she's saying, if it says simulator, it's really cool because you know what? You're going to be in an excavator. What are you going to do on a gold mine? You're going to be in an excavator.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's actually, I think it's pretty cool.
But if it's going to be like Gold Rush, though, is it going to have breakdowns and drama and
it will.
stuff like that?
Come on, Tim. Your machinery can't run forever, buddy.
That's right.
I don't know. It'll have like, I'm going to challenge you to 5,000 ounces of gold.
You're going to have stuff like that. Can you play as Todd Hoffman or Parker if you want? And maybe. I wonder. When does this game come out? Is it already out?
It's already out.
It's already out. I have not seen this.
It's been out for like 2 or 3 months, and what I think is really great. Now, if you think about this, and which is not bad, but if you put a video game simulator out there and somebody actually gets good at running an excavator, and you're keeping points and scores, well, if these guys that actually run the big mines see that you can actually do something, what's preventing them to call you up and say, you know what, you can run a simulator? How about you come out and try the real thing?
Yeah.
No, you know what's really good?
What's that?
If the highest person with the highest score actually gets gold.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Oh, now that's just low down right there.
Thomas,
you just started what do you call it? A simulator Gold Rush.
I just want to see this game now. Now I have to see it. I didn't even know about it. Now I have to see it.
Evidently, BioGamer Girl rates it 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay.
Pretty good score.
I can't. Yeah, Tim, I can't believe you haven't seen this game. It's been on like Facebook.
Dude,
I mean, you're not on the Gold Rush deal and all that.
No, I ain't on. I don't follow it. Gold Rush.
I've never seen it.
No, I have not seen it. First I've heard.
I mean, seriously, I'm on Facebook pages I've never even signed up for, and I don't even know how I got there. But somebody said, "Oh yeah, he's in," and now I get feeds from these pages. I've never even know what the heck they are. But
it's the first I've heard about it, man. Interesting. Now, after the show, I might have to watch a video on it so I can see what this dang game is.
I bet our son knows about it.
Oh, I guarantee, yeah. Oh, but yeah, that game. Oh, How do you guys not know
Well,
about that?
what's really funny is because I do iRacing, and it's a NASCAR simulator, which you pay for your cars, your tracks, and stuff that you do. It's like real racing Saturday nights. And I told her about the Gold Rush, so she just shook her head like, no.
I can't. I'm loading a rock truck. I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, she was just like, no, you're not going to do that. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just not do that.
He's gonna start wearing the shirt. What sleeves are for nerds?
Yeah. I gotta get this dirt to the wash plant. I'll be there in a minute. Yeah, Thomas.
But you know what? From all out from Kathleen's news, the trailer, like I said, it's been out for a couple months or about 3 months. But the things I've seen about it, if you guys are actually like, you get into doing stuff like that, and you got some time to do, that, and you want to play mining, that
I guess so.
Seriously it's a cool game.
All
It
right.
really is.
Yeah,
Cool.
they said that since it's been out, they've come out with different upgrades, to work out the bugs. So evidently now's the time.
I guess.
It's supposed to be really good. So.
All right. All right, Kathleen.
Go get them.
Go get them. All right. Go ahead, Kathleen. Sorry.
Get that
You
out
too. You two can get dig gold in your
That's right.
garage.
You can be a miner.
Oh, okay. So now we are up to global news. So let me get to that. In Australia, evidently detective work could end up playing a big part in a big discovery in the northern gold fields. About $12,000 worth of gold was taken by 2 eastern state prospectors without the required Section 40E permits. This from an exploration lease held by Junior Explorer Magnetic Resources at its Mertondale Gold Project, and this was back in July. Well, eager to crack down on illegal mining, inquiries from the Department of Mines, the Industry Regulation and Safety, and the and the Gold Stealing Detection Unit. That's the name of that unit. Actually resulted in the men getting charged with mining without authority under their Section 1.
Oh.
Evidently, the Gold Stealing Unit, the Gold Stealing Unit Detection Unit, was founded 110 years ago for the purpose of finding stolen gold.
Really? Never heard of them.
The men that they caught each received convictions of $2,000 in fines, and they had to forfeit the gold to the crown.
Wow.
So evidently, the area that they found the gold, about 50 ounces of nuggets have now been extracted from Mertondale in 4 months.
Wow.
The most recent was a 21-ounce nugget that was just found last week, actually. And it's valued at more than $30,000 at the current gold price.
Wow. That's crazy.
See?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's funny though. You got a company that goes and retrieves stolen gold. Yeah, that was all reported back.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's funny.
Nobody wondered why this one group of people was so rich. Well, they just retrieve stolen gold, and we get the rest.
Well, this was kind of, I think it was the same area too. Where remember those one guys were metal detecting, and they were metal detecting in an unauthorized area, and they found this ginormous nugget and posted it on Facebook or something.
Now, oh
That's
my
how they
God!
got caught.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah, I wonder if it is the same area.
Now, would you really do that as a gold miner? I mean, I'm
No.
serious. I mean, yeah, you'd be happy and everything like that, but do I want my face in a newspaper holding a big giant nugget over my head?
That I
You know what
found
they're gonna say?
illegally.
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd you get it from?
Yeah.
We got to record where you got it from. You know what I say? The ground.
Yeah. It came out of the ground.
Well, you know what? I always said this. You know, the people that actually go down like in Florida and they hunt these treasures and stuff like that, and some of them actually find some really good stuff.
Yeah.
But then they have countries going, okay, I claim that back.
Right.
You know what? I don't care. Melt it down. It's gold to me. I don't care. I'm not getting, I'm the one that found this thing, and I'm not going to give it back to another country.
Yeah,
and people's like, oh, it's all historical and stuff like that. That's great. Keep the historical things, but like all the gold coins, well, keep 5 of those and melt the rest of them.
Yeah,
now you're digging a hole in your backyard for a pool, and you found the coins.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
If they wanted it that bad, they should have been out there looking for it themselves. But they wait for some other poor guy like us to find it, and then, that's ours. We'll take that now. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then they claim it. Now, that's not even right to me.
No,
it's not the least.
It's not. You're right. It's not right. That's the dumbest thing. It's been there all.
I'll tell you what. If I was metal detecting old buildings and I actually digged up a metal can and it had a tag in it and it had a name of who it was, you know what? Then I might look up that name and find out great-grandchildren or something like that. And I say, you know what? This is where I found it from. I did research and found out that your great-great-grandmother owned this place, and her name tag was in it. This goes to you.
Yep,
that's the way I look at it. Yep. But if there's nothing in it, that's mine.
That's right. All right, Kathleen, back to the news. Sorry. We get wandered off course occasionally.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it happens. We get to rambling.
I forgot what we were talking about.
No, it was just a good point.
It was.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, though.
Heck yeah.
So from Australia, we go to Bangkok, Thailand. This is where I was born.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this was on Friday. The decision to close the country's only active gold mine last year was supported after the Australian mine operator said it would launch legal proceedings against the government for doing this. It was the Chattree gold mine. It was closed down by the government, and it's located 174 miles north of Bangkok. Under the executive power, they closed this in December of 2016, citing environmental health concerns. The Australian mining company is Kingsgate Consolidated Limited, and it's been operating this mine since 2001 under their Thai subsidiary Akara Resources Public.
Mm-hmm.
So after months of negotiations with the government, Kingsgate said on Thursday it had been unable to reach any settlement and would continue arbitration under the Thailand-Australia Free Trade Agreement, otherwise known as TAFTA, and they're going to try to recover their losses. A Thai government investigation team in January of 2015 said that more than 300 people living near the mine had tested positive for arsenic and manganese poisoning. So many local environmentalists have campaigned against the mining operation at Chattree, and they were pleased about the mine's closure last year. So there's a fight.
I bet.
I'm trickle over there now.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, that was where I wanted to retire.
Yeah.
To change my plans.
Yep. Again.
It's hamster wheel.
That dang hamster wheel again.
All right, so another global news story. In Mongolia, small and large scale gold mines produce about 10 tons of precious metal annually. Much of that gold, until about 10 years ago, they used mercury to extract the gold from the ore. The country's government shut down all centralized gold processing plants that used mercury, forcing them to switch to less toxic methods. Mongolia's first non-mercury processing facility for small-scale gold miners has opened. The facility is in the town of Bornur, and it uses water and gravity. We're familiar with that. Mm-hmm. Also known as a shaking table.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a long process, but cleaner than mercury. Of course, it's not been successful on low-grade ore deposits. Evidently, most big gold mines in Mongolia now use cyanide to extract gold, as some small-scale miners. It looks less toxic, but it's still harmful. Advocates for independent miners say the government is too slow to help them out by investing in more water processing plants like the one here. To date, they only have 3. So they're holding out that the government will invest more money into it.
Nice. Okay.
That was news. You don't really hear about Mongolia.
No, you don't really hear nothing about that country. You forget they're there.
I know.
Oh,
I just call it China.
Oh, Mongolia.
Okay. All right, so now we're into fun facts. And this one, it's kind of different.
Okay.
Ghost towns, it's one of my favorite things to read up on, and it's one, and it's one of our favorite things to do when we go on vacation. We like history and especially old boom towns.
Right.
Well, I thought I would incorporate some fun facts about ghost towns.
Cool.
So here's one, just about ghost towns in general. Basically, any abandoned city or town or village can be considered a ghost town. Typically, to be considered a ghost town, you have to have some type of visible remains, such as empty buildings. They were once boom towns, but are abandoned rapidly, even though they can be associated with any catastrophic event to make populations decline. They are more frequently associated with mining.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that is why I have a love for them. I don't know.
That's possible.
Now, have you been to a lot of places out west, or just back around?
That is just something that we just like to do when we go on vacation. So we have been to some, and we have.
Well, I know there's some places back east that were that way too.
Right.
Back in the day, and there were some places back this way too. I didn't know which ones you went to.
Oh yeah, we've been to many, but
cool.
I'm going to talk about one, just for this. I just kind of pulled one out that I just read about, but there's, like Scott said, there's very many, and some of them I guess are now on private properties, so you just kind of have to, watch about exploring, because you want to get permission, of course, before you just go walking around and like, hey, there's a ghost town. But here's one. This one, the population of this 19th century town was in the American West. It went from 1,000 people, and now it has a population of 2.
Wow.
And it is Nevadasville. It was established in 1859 as primarily an Irish-American gold mining town, and this would eventually become the state of Colorado. Ooh. So that is where this town is right now. It reached its peak in 1880 with that population over 1,000. But, of course, the gold veins are almost tapped out. The best days are behind the town. By the 1920s and 30s, the town was just a shadow of itself. The second half of the 20th century, the population declined to just a handful. In the 1950s, census data shows only 6 people living in the town. And today, Nevadaville is mostly deserted, with only, I guess, 2 determined residents still calling it home. Mm-hmm. But several original buildings are still standing. Wow. Including a saloon building, a city hall, a Masonic lodge that, strangely enough, they are still holding regular meetings.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All 2 of them.
All 2 of them, I guess.
Well, you don't get out of that group.
The town's abandoned mining shacks and equipment can still be seen, but you have to be careful because the mine shafts are dangerous. To approach any of the ground near the mining shafts, you can collapse under a person's weight. So if you're planning on visiting, be very, very careful. I don't know if they're marked or not. I didn't read anything about that, but I'm sure that they would be. But I thought that one was interesting.
That was interesting.
There were so many.
Dude, that's really cool. there's two people, like, nope, we're not going nowhere. Deal with it. You got, really? Those are some hardcore son of a gun.
Yeah, we're just going to stay here. Nevadaville.
Oh, my God.
Actually, Colorado.
Wow. Never heard
That
of
is so cool. You got two people that we're not going nowhere. They're just like, nope.
And that's just one of our favorite things to do, and our anniversary trips. We like to do.
Now,
that.
did you went to this town, right?
No, not Nevadasville.
Oh, okay.
We've been to Fluoride there in Arizona, and we went to someplace in out east, but I can't remember where it was exactly. Where was that? Georgia somewhere? I don't know.
So maybe Nevada was on your list.
I think it's
crazy places.
I think it's really cool because if there's only two people, I can't believe somebody else hadn't come in and going, this is a nice town. Nothing happens. I'm going to live here.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. If you got buildings there,
Yeah. What? Who knows?
Look it up, and go move there. And then there'll be three.
Yeah, there'll be three of us at the meeting. All three of you.
It still snows in Colorado. Forget it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez.
If I'm going to be in the snow, I'm going to be digging gold.
Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. So is that it, Kathleen?
That is Dredging Up the News.
That was good. Thank you. Man.
Yeah.
Liked it. Always do. Good segment for sure. And let's just go ahead and keep the momentum rolling, I think. Let's just kick it on over to Scott.
And now it is time for In the Goldfields with Scott Swiftwater Toney. Join Scott each week as he shares useful information to help you find and recover more gold. Here's Swiftwater.
All right, folks. How you doing? I still get a kick out of that intro. It makes me laugh.
It makes you smile.
But anyway, I want to thank Kathleen with the news tonight because that was awesome. That was great tonight. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
She comes up with so good facts. It's just like, really? Now I got to come after. You know what?
It's a tough act to follow.
Yeah, it's like I got to follow this.
Dang.
Really? No, she does a great job, and you know what? I'm always every week I'm impressed because, well, that's it's hard for me to sit back here and listen to her talk about stuff and not throw a question in there because I'm like, now wait a minute, because I always have questions, and I'm like, well, if you got the story, I want to know what you're seeing, So I always like to interact with that. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I love it.
Excellent.
I love it.
Great job.
But anyway, in the West Coast, guess what? It's dry. There's no rain, no water, no panning stations, no puddles. Well, if you do see a puddle, don't go panning in it.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to be in. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
But this week I want to talk about loss. That's right, LOSS. And that's what a lot of people do not talk about. They don't mess with. They don't want to describe it. They don't even, they don't want to talk about what they lost. Mm-hmm. But guess what? This week, old Swiftwater's going to tell you because he's disappointed.
Nice.
Now, for you guys that's been listening through the past couple of weeks, you guys knew I was going to be running a puffer, a hand crank, a puffer. Mm-hmm. I was pretty happy with it. It worked. It does work good, but you know what? You got to know where you're at. And I dropped the ball this year, and luckily, even the old lady says it, luckily I caught the problem early in the season within my first week. And that's, trust me, folks, if you can catch that problem that fast, it's phenomenally helpful for you. But anyway, I did some testing on the dry washer, and I made a video with my puffer and everything like that, and kind of described what I was looking at and showed a little more about what's working. But I found out through tests in my tailings, I was actually losing 30% of my gold.
Wow.
And that is a phenomenal number that a person like myself we can't afford it.
Right.
There's just no way possible. And I thought, you know what, when it comes down to this, if you're losing 30% of your gold or if you're spending so much in gas, weights and measures, I had to think about it and figure out, could I rerun it twice? Which, yes, you could. But is it still going to blow out the same gold?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying a puffer's bad. I'm just saying I did not think where I was and the type of gold I was getting with the machinery that I was working. Now, I believe if you were in a place that had nice coarse gold and chunky gold, like in small washes and stuff like, well, Kathleen and Shad was up here, on the Emerclaim, and they're in a small wash, and that's what you predominantly find is chunky gold and flakes.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm at, we find more or less flakes, and there is some chunky gold, but you got to get down on the bedrock. But the most of it's flakes and fine gold. Well, like I said, I found out through a test, and like I said, I made a video, and I'll be showing it, but I hate to do it because I got, a name brand on there, and I don't want to bash anybody's name brand. I'm just saying I wasn't using the right equipment at the right time.
Got it.
But I did a test and took a look at what we call a 4-finger fluff, and we just dig it in the bucket, 4 fingers, not a handful, just 4 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that 4 fingers, I ran out of my tailings about 1.5 buckets, almost 2 buckets. But the 4-finger test, I come back at my tailings, I found 2 big flakes that should have never, ever come out of a dry washer. And then I found about 6 to 7 other fine flakes. And what's really bad about that is because those fine flakes, you really hate to lose the big ones. But those fine flakes, they add up faster than the big ones do.
Well, yeah.
And I mean, everybody wants to see nuggets, and they all want to see this. Money is in the fine gold. If you're losing that fine gold, you are losing your money. And I looked at it, and we equated at about 30%, and which bums me out because I actually, I stand by my word, and I told everybody, that listens to West Coast Wednesdays, that I was going to do the cranker, all year long.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't do it. I'm losing too much gold.
Okay.
It's not economical because I'm in a lot of fine gold and some chunkies. When you get down to it, when you get down to the chunky stuff, yeah, it's going to keep it.
But a little battery thing, like we have.
Yeah, but it's still a puffer. There's no vibration on it. There's no motion in the box to drive it down into the cup.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't there adjustments you can make?
We had a lot of fine gold.
What's that? What's that?
When we were there, we collected a lot of fine gold.
Well, like I said, I did a video, and I started to do it last night to put the finishing touches, to do the spin it off and then do the gold cube. But when I tested my tailings, I found those flakes in it. Mm. Now, that to me, that's a bigger, now my whole video is kind of turned. Because I've had it set right. I know how to set a dry washer. And I put it 3 different ways and tried it 3 different ways and did the tailings. And the tailings showed me that I am losing a phenomenal amount of gold through my season. Now you got to remember though, I'm not out here I don't just collect gold. I'm not saying you guys do, but I just don't go, oh, look what I sell this at the end of the year and it makes my season.
Right.
This is a job thing.
Sure.
So we try to gain as much as we can with what little time we can. Right now we're dry washing. I think this is going to probably last. You get into December, we're going to get that snow up there in Prescott and everything. We're going to get some water feed down here and we'll do dry land dredging again. But right now, I can't sit up here and lose 30% of gold within the next 2 months. It ain't going to make somebody happy, and trust me, it's not going to make me happy neither. But I did find out that I was losing gold. So when it comes to loss, folks, when you got to check your tailings. And you know what? You can have the most dynamo machine that you ever thought you'd ever have. But if you never check your tailings, and I admit it, I dropped the ball because I didn't do it until yesterday. I checked my tailings, and when I found what I was losing in my tailings, I'm going to rerun my tailings again.
Yeah.
With a different machine.
Okay.
It was just a phenomenal loss. So, I mean, anybody that's out there dredging, even if you're dredging, check your tailings, because there might be something little minute in your box. Even the pitch, you could have it, up one hole or down one hole, and you're losing gold. You don't want to lose gold, so check those tailings.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that you're not having that kind of loss. And that's the big thing when it comes into loss. You check your tailings, number one. If you don't find too much in your tailings, which when I say too much, there's nothing 100%, folks. Nothing. I mean, nothing. There's nothing 100%. So you might find a flake or two, but then you go back into your box or whatever you're running, your sluice and this and that. But then you check your box. Now, if you have stuff at the very end of your box and you find gold at the very end of your box, that's not where you want to see it at. I mean, if you have, even 10 flakes would worry me in a sluice box at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go back and you want to rethink what you want to do. Your pitch, your depth, how much your feed you're putting through. Are you flooding your system out, or is it not? Does it not have enough to run actually good? And like I said, the puffer, I love the puffer. I mean, it works great, but I think that in my position, since I'm finding more fine gold than I am, say, coarse gold, chunky gold. I think if I was in a wash that had chunky gold, I wouldn't even worry about the puffer.
All right.
Because it would drop it right in the cup. But since I am working with a lot of fine gold, like sometimes minus 50 mesh, I think I'm losing a lot because of the actual, the poof when it hits it up. I think it might be blowing the gold out with the chaff.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you know what the reason was why it was losing it? And you just said it. So you think that's it?
Yeah, I think that's it because, like I said, the pitch on the puffer that I got, you only got 3 different pitches. Now you can set it steep, which usually when it's really dry,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of want it steep because when it poofs it up like that gold will drop right out of it. It's a dry washer, but it's
Right.
got to be really bone dry. So I set it up because I knew I had not moisture, but like, what do they call that? Like, not morning dew.
Condensation?
But like the air's kind of cool when you
Yeah.
start working in the morning and the sun's not up yet. You get that kind of, so I set it up and I actually, jumped 3 or 4 times before it even got out of the box. Now, to me, if it jumps that high, 2 inches, 3 or 4 times, that gold should have been fell down and went to a cup.
Okay.
And it didn't have it. So what I'm thinking is that, didn't have the vibration to shake it down into the cup. So now I'm, I stood on this a long time ago about the vibration. I'm going to go back to it again. I believe you have to have the vibration in a dry washer.
Okay. So what's
unless you have chunky gold.
Okay, so
You know what
what's
I'm
your
saying?
solution to fix the problem? What are you going to do? You're going to add a vibrator to the dry washer?
No, actually, I got to, believe it or not, I got to retire the puffer.
Oh.
Nope.
Bummer.
You know what? It's just like you see on TV. If it doesn't work, get rid of it. Get the stuff in it does work.
Well, yeah.
Because like I said, I do it
Excuse
for
me.
money. I can't lose this gold.
No.
So I want to keep the puffer because, like I said, with chunky gold, if we go up and test these washes, and I walk way back, I can put that thing on a backpack and walk it out there. It's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
There's no battery, there's no motor, nothing like that. It's only like 35, 40 pounds on my back, which I usually take that anyway when we walk that far back. But if you test a good wash that has nice chunky gold, then you're not going to worry about the fine gold because you're making up for it. You know what I'm saying? You got bigger pieces in the pan rather than a lot of the stuff that you might have lost through the puffing action and blowing it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, it's just I didn't think about it, and I thought I was going to keep. Man, I thought I was going to keep a lot more fine gold than what I did, which I haven't did the clean out of my stuff yet. I haven't in a bucket, but I did pan it. It did keep some fines, but the only thing that I'm really concerned about is more or less I tested the tailings, and what I've seen in the tailings is what really worried me. Yeah. It was too much loss. So I'm just saying, if anybody out there, if you're trying to find fine gold and you want to, make a lot, I'm going to advise you not to go with a puffer. Just brass tacks. You got to have, to get that fine gold, to get that 150, that 100 micro or the 100 mesh, the 50 mesh, you got to have that vibration motion. You have to have something shaken, and you have to run it low and slow. You have to let the thing, the machine do the work for you. Don't work for the machine. Let the machine work for you. And people try to horn it through. They want to get a lot through there, I want to put it all through there in one day. You can't do that. It's got to let the machine do the work. If not, you're going to be blowing out gold, and then somebody might, like me, is going to come along and I know how to run a dry washer, and if I see a dry washer pile, I'll put a dry washer up and run it. I found a lot of gold through people's dry washer piles. I mean, it is what it is. Thanks for doing the work, but thanks for giving me the reward.
Right.
So, yeah. But always, like I said, the biggest thing is loss. Check your tailings. Everybody, dredging, dry washing, sluicing, even panning. Panning is the biggest. Check your tailings. Me and Ben did panning down here where we were digging the last 2 years, on the horseshoe. And I go down there, you dig up what we panned out. I can dig it up and pan it again and still find 50 flakes of fine gold because you pan it too quick. Or you get down to black sands and you don't quit. You keep trying to pan. You want to see that gold. So you keep panning it, but you keep washing the gold out of your pan. Mm-hmm. So that's like I said, anymore nowadays, we don't even get to the point where if you even start seeing black sands, we just quit. It's done. We'll bring it back, run through a gold cube or the little sluice that Ben used to use, but we don't use that no more because we got the gold cube. So we use that all the time. But that works the best. It just clears it out. It's good to go. And when you see your black sands, just stop. Don't try to go down to see your gold because you're going to wash it out. I mean, if you got, see, this is the hard part. I use a Garrett Super Sluice, so to describe what I'm using to a regular pan is a lot different.
Okay.
Because the Super Sluice is bigger.
Yeah.
So, but I'd say if you see, 3/4 of an inch of black sands in your pan, just stop. I mean, don't go any further than that. If you're seeing, if it turns black, just stop. Take that stuff home. Yeah, I know I know you're not going to like it because you got to work it out and you got to pan it, but you're not going to lose the fine stuff.
Right.
All right, hang on, guys. Here we go. Got the Air Force running over us right now.
Uh-oh.
Right on top of my head.
There they go. I thought I heard them.
That guy have his mind.
So
holy moly!
So what are you going to run now? Then you're just going to run your regular dry washer? Is that your plan?
Hang on. What'd you say again? I can't hear you.
All right. We'll wait for the planes to go by.
No, that wasn't a plane. That was a helicopter.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, I'm at the top of the hill on a campground.
So you guys going to go back? So now what are you going to run then? You just going to run your regular dry washer then? Is that your
I got
plan?
to. You know what? I got to switch back. I got to switch back to the regular dry washer. I got to have the vibration.
Right.
What we call the riffle box. The catcher.
Right.
I gotta have that vibration. I've already, I told her, I said, bring it up, and she's like, oh, you're really good, because she knew I didn't want to, I didn't want to do this, because she heard, she hears the radio shows, and she knows what I said. I wanted to do that all year, and I'm like, I told her, I said, honey, it's 30% of gold. She goes, I'll dig it out tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't.
You
can't have that kind of a loss. You gotta.
Yeah, when I told her the loss, she's like, no, you're right, we can't do that. It's not functional.
Right.
But you know what? In chunkier gold. Now, I'm not saying a puffer is bad. I'm just saying most of the gold that I'm getting right now is really, really fine. But if you take somebody, say, in Nevada, Southern California, where you're getting like coarser pieces, more kind of out of the load, it's a little heavier. The puffer's going to work real good because, like I said, when it puffs up that air, the gold's going to drop right through the dirt. It's heavier.
Okay.
I know it works. I mean, I've seen these work in quartzite, and quartzite's a good place for a puffer because there's a lot of silt, but it's more coarse gold over there. Where I'm at here in the Bradshaws, we're getting a more fine gold through the mix and then down along the bedrock. Then you're going to find your coarser gold. But it's, pickers are here and there. Your coarser gold are here and there. So you're getting your fine stuff. So, and like I said, it's all, I always said it, it's all about the homework.
Sure.
Do the studies, find out where you're at, what kind of gold you're doing, and then get the equipment equivalent to what you want to dig.
Right. So you'll start. You'll start running that. When are you going to start running the other washer? Tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. So next.
Yeah. Well, actually, Friday. Today, today I spent all day classifying up buckets. I've got a pretty good pile, and I got a pretty good pile in my hole that I left because that's the good stuff. I kind of leave that in the hole so nobody digs that up.
Mm-hmm.
But tomorrow I'll put that out, and then Friday she'll bring up the actual my motorized dry washer, and we're going to run that low and slow, like an hour clock. And collect all the fine gold back out of it because, like I said, folks, 30% of your gold. I mean, test the tailings. You got to test them. You got to do it.
Test. Because you'll test again after you run the other one.
Yes, I will.
You will test again. I know you will because you want to make sure, okay, we're back on track. This is what it should be. We're good to go now, and we can start running. And run.
Well, you gotta understand. There's sometimes, Tim, that you can be sitting there and you're running like good stuff, okay? But there's also a lot of black sands. Now, remember, when you have dead spots in your riffles in a dry washer, your black sands are going to collect in there too. Now, unless they vibrate because the gold is going underneath and pushing it out, which black sands makes it hard to do that in the first place. You got to monitor how much you're getting. So if you're looking at like, I've cleaned out my dry washing box in 20 buckets, but wow, there's a lot of black sands. Okay, then you need to think about maybe cleaning it out in 10 buckets.
Gotcha.
The reason why is because after the black sands take the space, it's harder for the gold to get in, unless it's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Which gold's heavy, but if you get a good flake or a good piece, it's going to go black sands through it. But if you get the fine stuff, it's going to sit there and kind of vibrate on top and maybe go over the cup, maybe to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's no space, and then eventually you're going to lose it. But that's the hardest thing to explain to somebody. You got to watch what's going on and pay attention all the time.
Got it. Yeah,
and that's why I actually think dry washing is like the hardest.
It sounds like it.
There is.
I've never done it. I've never literally seen it personally, but it does. It sounds very difficult and painstaking. It does.
Oh, it's bad. Like I said, you know what? Like Kathleen and Shad, they come up here and dug. They actually went to a wash and they just, they got stuff out of the wash. Now they're not. Like what I'm doing right now, they would have just looked at it and said, nope, we're not doing that. Mm-hmm. I could just bet you. My rock pile, like I said, is about 7 foot wide by 3 foot high. The dirt that I'm going to run this Friday is about 3 foot wide and maybe 2.5 foot high. So your dirt from rock ratio is way different.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't like it.
No, I don't. I just don't know if I would even like dry washing. You know, it sounds like difficult and tedious, and yeah, it's crazy. You know, but I know you have no choice right now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is you got to find your pace where you can actually pull the rocks, put the dirt in. And that's what I always liked about the puffer, because you could work at your own pace. You know,
Right.
you stockpile your dirt and just run the puffer the rest of the day. No problem. You know, work the machine, don't let the machine work you. But then I found out that I was losing this much gold, and now I'm thinking, well, that's not the wisest choice now for where I'm at.
Right.
Now, if I was somewhere where there's nice coarse gold, I would just woohoo,
Yeah.
I would do that all day long. I'm like, yeah, go for town, because it's going to fall in the cup.
Yeah, definitely.
But the light stuff is just
You're
not.
just losing.
It's not doing it. Losing too much.
Well, let's
Losing too
hope
much.
it gets squared away and you get back on the right course. Now, on another note, did you go get a new dredge?
Maybe. I actually, me and old Ben Ironman Caldwell took a trip up to Colorado, and we got us a 6-inch. You can hear him over here. He's there in the campsite. But yeah, we went up and got us a 6-inch dredge. Got a pretty good deal on it. Got the breathing system, the hookahs, and everything like that. And I got plans for this 6-inch dredge, and I'm not going to tell anybody or anything what it is right now, because
Okay.
it's just in the gold mining community right now. It's just the way it is. But I'm going to, hopefully, if the water comes up, we're going to test this dredge on Ben's claim.
Nice.
Now, I don't think we're going to be able to run it there for like too many days, because a 6-inch dredge takes a little bit of water.
Yeah, just a little.
But
yeah.
but I got a place where if it's flooded, we're behind a big giant boulder, and it creates a dead eddy, and we could, I got enough hose that I could actually put the tailings back in the rushing water, where it'd take it clear down the creek, and we'd never have to even mess with tailings.
Nice.
But I just want to do that as a test. But it's a 6-inch.
Nice.
And it's a monster.
Yeah, I bet it is. It's a 6-inch.
I'm telling you, it's a monster.
Oh, yeah.
It's got 4 floats to it. The box itself I could lay in.
Oh my gosh, man.
It's
That's a
like,
dredge.
I was telling Ben, I'm like, man, if this thing's floating, I can just sit on top of it and watch the box. I don't even have to be standing in the water.
You could sit on that. That'd carry you all day. Oh.
Well, yeah, me. I mean, it's funny because like Shad and Dennis and all, you guys have met me in Vegas. Oh, I thought you was bigger than this.
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm 5'7", 165 pounds. And that's what I am. And I'm like, man, I can float on this dredge all day long. I can just sit out here and just not do nothing.
You're 5'3", because I'm 5'6".
Well, that's why you're shorter than me.
No, don't be adding. Don't go there. What was you standing on a step stool?
Hey, I believe you are in video standing next to me.
Yeah, you got to take your 10-gallon hat off too, buddy. That don't count.
10-gallon. My name ain't Hoss.
Yeah, Hoss. That's right.
Hey, and not to jump off how short you are, but
I got Shad. I got Shad just put on there 5'7" with platform. That's just dirty pool, Shad. That's just dirty pool.
That's funny.
That's rotten.
But no, I mean, you know what? I'm 5'7", but I'm built like a brick house, I guess. Because I get on those.
I need them.
But yeah, it's always funny because I heard you guys say, "Oh, you look bigger in your videos." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Yeah, it's not. I'm not bigger in my videos. I just keep getting people to be in my videos the same size as me.
So what you're saying? There's a bunch of short people
Or
around
smaller.
I know you're getting it.
Oh, mercy, damn.
We don't want this.
Choked to death.
I actually did. Well, the video I did this weekend with Mike. Mike is like 6'7". This guy's like a Goliath, dude. He's seriously big. I'm like, how do you like it? He goes, I love it. I'm like, oh yeah, how long you been into it? He's like, and he starts talking more. He's like, well, maybe it's not that great. But he had a great time, and you guys will see the video later on. It's gonna be really fun. But I made it down on the claim with the puffer and everything like that. But anyway, to get back to, not to get out of the trails, folks, if I want to leave you one thought only, always check your tailings. I don't care if you think you're on the gold and you're catching it all. It does not make a difference. If you don't test your tailings, you're not going to know for sure if you're catching it all. If you're not catching it all, do something different, change it to make sure, or slow down to make sure you are catching it all. I'm just speaking out of experience because, like I said, I did it, and this year I actually went dumbfounded, and you know what? Didn't do it. I got caught.
Yep. Well, you'll make it right. It'll all be good.
Yeah. I know, but, dude, you really hate to, after 25 years, you really hate to get caught.
Well, that's why I said I was glad. That's why I was glad you talked about it tonight with your experience, and yet it happened. So it's definitely was a good topic to talk about.
Good information.
Yeah, without a doubt. Excuse me, man.
You know, and I don't know if Scott's done yet or not with his segment, but last night at work, guys, I got a little concerned. I got the weirdest Facebook request I can believe ever. You know how you get a friend request?
Uh-huh.
On Facebook? Well, I got one last night.
Mm-hmm.
Was she blonde and 5'5"?
From Russia?
Yeah, I did delete them. No, I was thinking, I before I accepted, I went and checked out the page.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back and I remembered, I was like, wait a minute, we talked about this on the, Tim was doing his little teaser on Gold Rush. And he was saying, you know, I remember you were saying something about Freddie Dodge had a bad day or had a bad whatever. And I said, well, what happened? He joined Todd Hoffman?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I get a friend request last night from Todd Hoffman.
Get out of here.
No. And I thought, oh, crap. He probably going to friend request me, find out where I live and come across me.
Mm-hmm.
Or did he listen to the show and he heard that? You know, here we are just poking at him, having fun.
Right.
And but I went and checked out the page, and it's, you know, it's him. It's all him, and you know, checking out the whole page and stuff, making sure everything was legit. So then, you know, and I'm thinking he sent me a friend request, so I hit, you know, accept.
Right.
And so I just hope he doesn't.
Yeah, why not?
I hope he doesn't whip my ass, you know, later on, or he listened to the show. And, you know, hey, invite me up here and then put me in a hole, and you know.
That's right. See, so you'll have to be pro Hoffman now. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty. You got to admit that's pretty cool.
It is.
If he's listening,
yeah.
And you know, if that is the real Todd Hoffman, please stand up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start working on him, get him on as a guest on the show.
Well, yeah, and ask him if he ever seen the video of where you sang the song he sang. I mean, he might be quite impressed with you.
No.
Well, you guys got to remember, they're not that bad of a guy. Come on.
I like looking at him.
Like
you know, it's fun.
And you got to remember, they made that whole show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They invented it. They come up with it. They did the pilot. They made the show.
Yeah.
Todd started it. Yep, sure did.
Well, you know what? But that is a true prospector, because you know what? He's been at the baddest of the baddest to the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So I give it to him.
I do too. It's my job to poke at people, you know, and it's what we do. I have to do it. I can't help it.
We all like to poke at people.
Yeah, we can't help it. It's like
Todd, if you're listening tonight, that was my line. I had to read it. Tim gave it to me. He said I have to. So
that's pretty cool, though. Yeah.
You know what, Dennis? I think his boy he's gonna. You know what? He's Todd, but he's doing it younger.
Oh yeah, he's going to take over.
Going to be successful.
He's going to take over.
Well, you remember back when it started, he was telling his dad, "Get out of my way! Don't tell me da-da-da." Now his son, you know, he's 18 and telling him that. I'm like, you know what? You need to figure out. Get out of the way, dude. He wants to take the reins. Let him do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's coming. It's coming. So, Dennis, when's our Oak Island spoiler coming? That's Sundays or Wednesdays?
that's Sunday.
Okay, cool. because I didn't watch it.
All right. Now I gotta. What is this Oak Island?
Oh no, Scott don't know what Oak Island is either.
I keep trying to catch up. Like you guys keep writing about it. I'm like, oh, what the hell are they talking about?
I might do a teaser. You do a spoiler. I might do a teaser.
Yeah, do either one you want. Yeah, that'd be cool. But it'll be Sunday.
Yep.
Okay, so explain to Scott what Oak Island is.
It is a couple of brothers growing up. They took a lot interest in a lot of treasure hunting, and Oak Island, which is in Canada, it's one of the islands in Canada, Nova Scotia.
Are you talking about that darn TV series?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I'm going to kill you.
Oak Island.
They find all the wood.
Yeah. The lumber show.
We're going to identify the wood.
Mm-hmm. The species.
Find out what tree it is, and and hopefully they find some petrified wood this year.
I hope.
Now, see, you guys are killing me because I don't get to see those. I don't see TV. I'm in a campground in a tent.
So this will be good for you then.
Right. Well, you'll have to listen to the teaser then.
Yeah, you'll have to check out the teasers on Sunday night. Oak Island teaser.
Hey Dennis, put it on your Facebook too because I could see it that way for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's a teaser, bub.
You got to listen to the show on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to listen.
You got to give a guy a break, man. You got to give a guy a break. Come on now.
It's a teaser.
Looking forward to it, Dan. Definitely am. I didn't watch it last night, so yeah. I'll tell you guys what. I'm going to come up with like right now. Like Ben's pretty busy and stuff like that. He had to go to the chiropractor tonight, and he's not, feeling up to par. Mm-hmm.
But next week, I'm going to try to get him on here for my special guest, which I know he's my partner, but you know what? It's pretty cool to hear somebody else's plans and innovative thinking on what they want to do, and totally like get out of my mind, because I've been all summer doing the show at the house, which is hard. So it's going to be cool to get with him, and maybe we get with Mike too, and some other. Right now, they're just starting to pack in the campgrounds down here, and what's really funny is because usually by this year we already got like 5 or 6 prospectors like knocking on their door, like I heard you dig gold. You know what I'm saying? They want to know what you're doing, and we haven't had that this year, which is really funny. But you know what? Black Canyon City Campground, it's always been pretty much like you see a lot of gold diggers come here a year.
We look
so right now, I think it's just like people passing through, going down more south. But it's going to be cool later on to find out what's going to go on here.
All right, cool,
That's
man.
for sure.
Well, we look forward to next Wednesday. Hope everything's going good and you're getting some gold and everything's working out with the loss and everything's under control again, brother. So thank you. Great
well, you
segment.
know what? I'm going to post the pictures on Gold Prospectors Space.
All right. Yeah.
And I'm going to, you know what? Just for the show tonight, when you see the pictures on there, I'll put Lost and Gain. And this is going to be, now when I put Lost in there, that's going to be 4 fingers in a bucket and put in a pan.
Okay.
Not a big handful,
right.
Just 4 fingers. And then the Gain is going to be 4 fingers as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know what? Do you guys want to, if you guys out there on the right now listening, if you want to comment on it, you tell me what you think and see where you're at.
All right. Sounds good. All right.
Oh,
on that.
Oh, you'll see it.
All right, cool. And on that note, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Say goodnight to everybody. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. And don't forget to tune in Sunday night at 7:30 for another great show. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank the co-hosts for being here tonight and for their great segments. And until Sunday, have a great week, everybody. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night,
everyone.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.